Welcome back. We are on episode 14 now of our little Star Trek challenge, and the episode is called Balance of Terror.
I'm so excited.
Yes, this is a great one. So,
I know this one's usually in the top 5 for most people.
yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely memorable. So, let's get started right now. Now, this is an unusual place to start for a Star Trek episode.
Now, this is technically the last time we see Yeoman Rand.
Yes, this is Yeoman Rand's last episode.
But this was filmed, this was filmed prior to.
Mm-hmm. Because this was only the 8th episode shot.
Oh, okay. And the other one had been, Conscience of the King had been the 12th.
Yeah, I think, or 13th, something like that.
And she was only in like that one scene in Conscience of the King.
Yeah.
I always forget.
She originally had more stuff scripted, but at that point, they were not only firing her, but they were also like writing her out.
Yeah, all that.
So it's kind
all
of a bummer.
that mess is so awful.
But like they say, there's no small parts, there's only small actors. And even though she only has that one shot, she still plays it up, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it was great.
Now, some people interpret her kneeling here as
she's Jewish?
she's Catholic.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
But
I mean, is that just like a random fan speculation?
Yeah, and Catholicism is not the only religion that does that, but it's probably the biggest.
Yeah.
But even though we'd had our first Catholic president by now,
it would have been pretty bold to.
Yeah, because there's still a lot of prejudice against Catholics at this time.
In the 60s. Gotta love having yet another girl. Actually, you got 2 girls, plus the one getting married in Command Division Yellow.
Yep. Poor Angela Martine doesn't get her wedding.
They're so close. So close.
But she's another one of those small kind of background characters who we see in more than one episode.
Oh, really? The one getting married? I've never paid attention to that. Huh. I'm always distracted by the bird's nest in her hair. Which I'm sure looked prettier in person, but the way it reads...
It was like a bird's nest.
It is like they just, like, chucked a bunch of feathers in her hair.
Yeah. Which they may very well have done. Because they certainly didn't have the time and budget to give her an actual, like, wedding dress.
No. And apparently they're too low on the ranking totem pole to have dress uniform. Yeah.
Right. So
or as in, they didn't want to put the guy in one, and they didn't have time to make one as a dress for her.
Balance of Terror.
Definitely one of those stories that Romulus and Remus. Definitely one of those stories that, as relevant as it was in the 60s, is still absolutely as relevant today.
Oh, definitely.
Which is what makes most, if not, I'll say most of the Trek episodes, not all, most of the Trek episodes so great, is that they're evergreen. The messages they're trying to put forward, the statements they're trying to make.
Right.
Remain relevant.
Yes. Prejudice based on fear and the, judging of other people and other groups. And really, this is the first of the Star Trek episodes to
deal with an actual enemy.
To directly have, to directly analogize racism and bigotry. In case you're wondering how this whole neutral zone works.
Apparently there's like a line. Woo!
That's the zone.
Now, also what I love is that if someone is only vaguely familiar with Star Trek, the totally kind of correct natural assumption you know, if you're just someone kind of skimming the surface of pop culture, is that, you know, the enemy of Starfleet are the Klingons.
Right.
And it's like, no. In the beginning, it was not the Klingons.
Mm-hmm. Right, because we haven't actually seen any Klingons yet.
No, and it's going to be sometime.
Right.
Sometime. No, it's Romulans.
Right, Romulans came first. And that's thanks to writer Paul Schneider, who basically created the Romulans for this episode.
Yeah.
Such an enduring piece
love it,
of Star Trek lore.
Yeah, but I love it because, you know, today, as far as I think anyone's concerned, is like, you know, Klingons are the number one enemy.
Right.
But I just love that first it's Romulans.
Yeah.
So the basics are, there's a neutral territory, there's some aliens on the other side of it that no one living has seen. There's this very uneasy treaty that, like, we don't go on your side, you don't come on our side. Both sides think the other is probably a monster.
Probably.
Like, probably uncivilized monster, and we're gonna hate you. We wouldn't know because we made no attempts to communicate since making this neutral zone treaty thing. But some Federation ships have been attacked in that area.
Yeah.
And so now some shit's gonna go down.
Yep, some shit is indeed gonna go down.
And here is our, basically, audience stand-in to... There's always, like, that one guy in an episode who's kind of like your segue, or intermediary between being an actual kind of character and maybe how an audience member might feel.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be the, maybe, worst-case scenario example. And this dude is... maybe kind of prejudiced and racist to the max.
Yeah, based on, like,
normal
ancestral
assumptions.
family member who died in that conflict.
Yeah.
You know?
And also the unknown is scary.
Right.
Like what's his name and Balak when he was freaking out because he didn't know what was there.
Yeah.
And also he thought his death was imminent.
Right.
Spock's makeup is on point. Amazing blush and eyeshadow.
Yeah. That's frightening. The Romulans obviously have a significant amount of firepower.
Yeah, completely annihilated.
Yeah.
The outpost. All the people there are dead. Kind of awful. Now, obviously as a captain... Kirk has to make absolutely sure, like 110% times a million, of what's going on before he makes any move.
Right.
Because any move he makes will put them into war, officially.
Yeah. I mean, that's what makes this entire episode so tense. Oh, you got the young lovers.
Aww. That never bodes well. Oh, they're so cute. She's gonna marry the crap out of you.
Yeah, gonna marry you so hard.
He won't see it coming. Oh, he's awfully cute.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't seem okay. That he is her superior officer, and they were fraternizing. I'm pretty sure it's against the rules, majorly. That she should at least be in a different division. Like, one of them should have transferred to a different division. And not, I'm screwing my boss and now I'm marrying him.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he was going to see it through.
It's almost time for a tunic change for Shatner here, because that thing looks like it's shrunk quite a bit on him.
That's fine. Just fine. More outposts are gone.
Yeah. Like, what are they building these outposts out of? Are they like cardboard and tissue paper?
And I mean, what I love with this episode is it's just an example for storytelling in general. You don't need a big budget. You don't need more than maybe like 1 or 2 sets to tell an amazing story.
Right.
It really comes down to the writing and then the actor's performance. And I mean, 90% of this episode takes place just between 2 sets.
Yeah.
And it's glorious.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting little insignia for his...
Yeah, it's like a sideways badge. Spock is highly fascinated, as you can tell by his facial movements.
Yeah. Like, Sulu and Styles are terrified.
Yeah.
By Beatrice's...
Spock is like, this is so interesting!
Yeah.
No.
No, I cannot
Can't see
it.
Jack. You might be crazy at this point.
Yeah. What?
Oh, you're not crazy, but you are screwed.
Yeah. Some kind of cloaking stuff going on
there. Now, at this point, the first time we have seen another spaceship design? Am I wrong?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
We saw the shuttlecraft, Galileo.
Right.
Like, have we seen
Baylock's ship, which looks like a big round?
I'm gonna say, I guess, spaceship design like you would expect a spaceship to look like, you know, because Baylock's thing was quite interesting. It was very out there because it was just like a ball, and then he had that little shippy thing. But so they just watched a man die.
Yeah. That was awful.
First
cloaking device.
First appearance of cloaking device. Which, these days, is highly attributable or connected to Klingons. Right?
They've always had a strong connection with Romulans, though. But nowadays, it seems like everybody gets them.
Yeah. Still not there yet, in terms of technology.
Yeah. Well, we do have
close
stealth technology.
Yeah. Which is maybe the most we'll get.
A very leisurely manner.
It's very risky that this massive advantage you have is also your biggest weakness. That, like, when you are cloned, you can't see shit.
Well, that's the interesting thing about
It's
the
like,
technology that is, like, scientists who are studying the possibility of doing actual cloaking, like invisibility shield kind of stuff. I mean, the whole point of that is to take light beams that normally would bounce off you to be seen by someone else to just pass through you. And the thing is, part of the way that your eyeball sees, or cameras see, is by light beams penetrating it and going into the sensor or your retina, rather than passing through you.
Yeah.
So, the speculation is that if you ever invented true operational invisibility, then you would be invisible, but you would also be blind.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting that...
I love how this dude has the audacity to be like, hey, Captain, can I remind you what just happened?
Yeah.
Captain, did you forget? Captain? In case you didn't know. This guy is like full-on panic.
Now he's bringing up, we could have spies.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's kind of a leap.
Yeah.
But of course, Sulu...
At least Sulu's a freaking professional, though, where he's kind of looking at him like, he's like, dude, you're getting a little psycho, and yet I'm going to, like, back you up.
I mean, that is possible. We could have spied. I'm not going to freak out about
what he's saying is somewhat logical, that given the circumstances, we might be dealing with some spies. But my navigator's freaking the fuck out. Not good. Are you saying that
Meanwhile, there's a DJ doing some
Shatner's
scratching
tunic is because it's like a 3/4 sleeve now?
It's like the sleeve's really short.
And
when
then,
you see his full body,
yeah,
like,
it's a little
it
bit high
ends,
up.
like really high.
Still fits him just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I can see his like little wife beater. Tank top
Oh
underneath.
snap! Here it is.
It's the
The
first
first
time
view of the Romulans.
And they're amazing, like houndstooth texture outfits.
Ah!
They look like Vulcans.
They look like Vulcans.
And that dude's freaking out.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's
we got one of those.
Yeah. I think we could have a spy. He looks right out.
And Spock is like,
Spock's
Spock is like, I'm fucked. Like, I'm
Spock's
just
like,
straight up, I'm fucked.
Interesting. I could, in fact, be a spy. You never know it. Oh, what a great reveal.
What is Sarek's name? Actor? The actor?
Mark Leonard.
I won't like always forget that, but Mark Leonard, hands down, oh my god, they're all giving him the stink eye so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know you, and he can just feel it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like, bitch, please, you got something to say?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to have a discussion? Anyways, Mark Leonard, outside main cast, he is, like, I'm obsessed with him. Because he's, again, outside the main cast, like, the only other actor to have appeared in, like, all of Star Trek. Like, in all the movies and stuff like that. I love
he's been
him.
in movies, he's been in Next Generation.
I love that he is part of this episode, and then obviously we'll get him later recast as Spock's father.
Mm-hmm.
But, I love this standalone episode for him because it's such a one-on-one.
Nice. Leave any bigotry in your quarters. There's no room for it on the bridge.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's
you think what you want.
Yeah.
And don't bother saying it, because we all know what you're thinking.
Yeah. I mean, the guy is like as straight up racist, and yet you gotta feel for him because he's like, okay, we haven't seen Romulans in X amount of years. Mm-hmm. We just caught a glimpse of them. Fuckers look just like Spock. Like,
yeah.
And as far as like, you know, Navigator is concerned, that means they're the exact same person.
Mm-hmm. That's funny, because obviously, you know, I joke about how McCoy's constant ribbing of Spock, you know, are basically
ears and green-blooded,
are basically like racist jokes, but this dude is
straight up
racist.
Yeah, this is, you look just like them, therefore you're the same. And now I need to hate you. Like, regardless of the X amount of time I've known you as a coworker.
Yeah. Now, interesting thing is that they designed these helmets for the Romulans.
They're double bird-like little helmets?
Specifically to cover the ears.
So they wouldn't have to make them?
Right, so they wouldn't have to make all these rubber ears for
And it's
them.
great. I mean, it's a great workaround.
Mm-hmm. Because that's time-consuming and expensive.
Yeah. We have a giant bird painted on our underside.
They do.
Oh, I love these outfits so much.
Because why not?
They're
why not have a giant
glorious.
bird painted on you?
Like
now,
that gold
course,
stuff is totally like that. I don't even know, but it's obviously like something that maybe kind of stretches, but it's got a lot of holes in it. It's like a woven.
I feel like it's the same stuff that they use, that red and gold stuff, on the bedding and everything on the Enterprise, except they got it in a different color.
Oh, that's not it at all. Like, I don't think what your eye is seeing is all the black little bits. Mm-hmm. Those are holes.
Oh, okay.
You're seeing through to their black undershirt.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I can't explain it.
Check him out.
Yeah.
That guy is Lawrence Montaigne.
He's not Ston.
Yes,
he is Ston. Oh,
so
smart.
We get two future Vulcans.
There's something about his face, bro.
Yeah. We get two Vulcans who we only see them as Vulcans in season 2.
But they're Romulans here.
But first they're Romulans.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, he just got reduced in rank. Anyways, like, as a girl, there's this like really weird outfit where it's like, it's made out of fabric like that's like super tiny. Like, if you were to hold up a shirt, it would look like it's made for a toddler, but it's this amazingly stretchy fabric.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it's kind of like a box weave, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. Like when you make a little box paper chain in school, it's like that for the entire fabric.
Interesting.
And like you put it on and it like instantly stretches to whatever size you need. And there's these, you'll see them at like flea markets and swap meets and stuff like that. And that's what that fabric reminds me of. So you can totally tell looking at it.
I know what you're talking
full
about.
Of holes. With that amazing houndstooth pink fabric.
Now, Mark Leonard, obviously, we know and love him as Spock's father, Sarek.
Yeah.
Who we haven't... we don't meet him until next season.
Kind of dickish father, yes.
But, you know, and as Sarek, he endures through many, many Star Trek episodes and movies and stuff like that. But I read an interview with him in which he says that, like, his favorite role
was this
Romulan commander. Yeah. Like, his favorite episode to shoot was this commander. But, you know, he always gets asked at conventions, and he always says Sarek because people love Sarek, and it just gets a cheer out of the crowd.
Yeah. I mean, being Sarek is great, but when you're playing a Vulcan, there's very little range you can work with. As a Romulan, because they embrace emotion, there's just so much more. I feel like there's more that he was able to do as an actor outwardly to perform than he was able to do in, like, all of his roles of Sarek, except maybe, like, Searcher Spock, you know?
Well, he gets to do some really good stuff in Next Generation. Yeah. When he's
still around.
When he's got some mental problems.
Oh, that bums me out.
It was an episode. It was a good episode.
So let's bring in the racist dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a racist perspective, so if you could come with me, Mr. Styles.
I mean, the one that looks like one of them. And that was another Asian dude, wasn't it? Was that an Asian dude who just sat there?
I don't know.
No? Oh, it's happened to pass.
Know.
I was gonna be like, yay, Asian actor. So you got one, maybe racist dude. Whoa.
Oh,
one guy looks like them.
Yeah.
But seriously, why is he there? Like, that's not the command team.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Sulu. Well, Sulu, yes, maybe, but not really that navigator dude. He's just, like, stink eye and Spock the whole time.
Yeah, I think that's his major role now.
Yeah. What does it come down to, McCoy? He's like, you're not helping.
Yeah.
Your question.
What it comes down to is, can we beat them?
Yes. Especially your prejudiced one?
Mm-hmm. Because he has experience with Romulans, because he had an ancestor who...
Yeah, like, that's actually useful. I love that little, like, glance that Kirk gives to Spock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Is he trying to read him, or...
You're the expert on these people. He is interested in why.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had your little rants.
Yeah. Now Kirk is stink-eyeing Styles pretty hard. And he's like, but you're supposed to be on their side.
Mm-hmm. See, I think it's interesting that they're basically playing that Romulans could be, but even Spock doesn't know for sure.
But he's like, well, now that I've seen them, logically, yeah.
Right. But, I mean, later on, it becomes like, oh, yes, well, you know, Romulans split off from Vulcans, blah, 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 we know all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But here, rather, it's like, oh, it seems like they could be split off from Vulcans.
Well, he's still bringing up the same thing that they just take as fact later, which is we had this period where we were like all warlike tribes, and we got our shit under control, aggressively so, to bury our emotions, but there was this other group that kind of like split off.
Mm-hmm. He calls it Comet,
he just like,
Comet
put your book
Icarus
down.
4.
Put your book down.
But I think I think Americans call it Comet Icarus for.
Yeah. Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
Canadians. Did that say... What did that book say? Table of Comets? Table of...
Yeah, I think it must be comets.
Yeah. Because I just love that. He like goes to hand it to Spock and he's like, bitch, please.
See, it's
I
like,
don't
yeah.
need it. And like, I don't need that
You're
book.
taking a big gamble here, Jim. Like, look how short his tunic is compared to Sulu's.
I'm fine with that. I'm just fine.
Well, you want him to walk around in a crop top or something.
No, it's called the booby opening, which he does quite frequently.
Uh-huh.
They were really into, like, cutting it right where his chest was. Just leaving it open. It is awfully short, though.
Yeah. It, like, flares out
I
so
know!
much.
Like, it looks like a little
peplum.
peplum.
He's wearing a peplum top.
Woo!
That's what's going on.
That's just fine. This episode so far is just a series of really intense stares by Shatner.
Well, this episode was actually a remake or an adaptation of the 1957 movie The Enemy Below, which was...
Submarines?
Yeah, the submarine movie. We see the submarine analogy played beautifully again in Wrath of Khan.
It's funny too you say submarine because the entire visual representation of the Romulans, even though they're on a spaceship, like it makes it look like I could totally believe they were in a submarine. Right now. Like,
exactly.
It's
the
weird,
way it was lit and everything. Yep.
Underground thing going on. Oh, he's just so pretty.
But of course, it's that plus the because that movie was about Robert Mitchum is an American submarine captain, and World War II, there's a German submarine captain.
Oh no! But see, I don't want him to lose because I like him. He's so pretty.
He'll be back as a Vulcan.
He's so pretty.
So you have these two submarine captains trying to kill each other and
they never
meeting face to face. But as we follow them, we learn that they're both good men. They're both good commanders,
and they see that and realize that in each other.
So they have respect for each other. But ultimately, you still got to kill your enemy.
And one dies.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have to do your duty. But it's basically saying, you know what, there are good people on both sides of the war. It's just...
So would you say that people who were watching this episode back in 1966, like they at this point would totally realize that it's just a retelling of that movie?
I don't know. Some. I don't know if
only if an adult have to watch it.
Yeah, I think some people would.
That child has such pretty blue eyes.
Yeah.
My God, he's like a Ken doll.
Well, that's why Martine is marrying
hooking
him.
Hooking him in. Oh.
Yeah.
Look at their little adorable. Their board shorts. They got freaking board shorts on. Yeah. My gosh, I am dead. I am obsessed with the old man who just sacrificed himself because he's just so adorable.
He seems...
You don't get a lot of older
Romulan.
men.
He seems just like an older white dude with ears.
Yeah, I know. But you don't get a lot of, I feel like, older looking characters. So here he is like the wise and the old soldier kind of thing, and I just really loved that.
He's basically the Romulan commander's McCoy.
Yeah. And he just took, like...
don't stick your hand in there, you'll get burned.
He just took, like, a wall for his captain. Meanwhile, Nimoy is literally putting out fire with his hand.
Yeah, I know. He was, like, slapping out
That
the
doesn't
fire.
seem like it's approved.
I know. It might be an OSHA violation there.
Oh, snap! Oh, they screwed.
Yeah, you might want to...
That's a really slow... blast coming at you because they're going backwards, or
yeah, I think so.
I don't think that's how like science works. That you could go that fast to outrun.
Yeah, you could try because it works with like you can buy a couple seconds on a torpedo
Yeah.
If you're trying to speed away from it, which is
Kinda
again
what this is.
we're going with the submarine analogy here.
Also, why are like the phaser related control panels at the science station and not on the other side where generally
Where the
the
phaser
weapons
controls are.
Yeah, are.
Log entries, seriously, Yeoman?
We're straight up about to die.
We're busy fighting for our lives.
You're filling out my calendar.
Yeah.
Priorities, please.
What are they gonna do? Are they gonna make it?
Oh, that guy's getting all sweaty. Wow, she's in his face. Jesus.
I know.
It's just like no personal space. Hold her.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't hold her so much as she is like hold me.
Oh,
you know?
He was definitely holding her there.
Yeah, but I think she
they...
like inserted herself into that hold and he just took it. And he's like, yes.
Yes. Oh, see, love abounds on the Enterprise.
So far.
It was the original love boat. Oh, he's got super drama.
I know,
lighting.
right? He got super
drama
serious
lighting.
lighting. He's just all excited though, because
Yeah.
he's like, I am learning things little by little. And now here begins the relationship with Kirk and the Romulan commander.
Right.
With, I wouldn't do that. And
Trying to get inside
I don't
each
think
other's
he
heads.
would either.
Yeah.
And that is going to be this entire relationship from now on is Kirk realizing or just taking that assumption based on what he's already seen.
Yeah.
That, okay, basically what would I do if I was playing myself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ston says no.
Yeah.
Ston, not yet Ston, says no.
Priest on. It's like as they relate to each other,
As they each try something.
They begin to sort of form a bond.
I heard you don't like Vulcans,
Yeah.
so how's it going?
Right, that
I'm in your little space, you little bitch.
Mhm.
That seemed like an aggressive power move.
Yeah, it was.
Very unlike Spock. And just like, you don't like me? I make you uncomfortable?
Right.
And just waiting for you to do something.
You're doing your job there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He gave you an order. Jesus. Like, seriously, like, you said all these little Peanuts crowd giving their little opinions that are not asked for.
Right. Did I ask you what the odds are? Because I think I just told you.
The reason
to shoot.
I'm in this chair is do what I tell you.
Now, see, that is not what a phaser looks like.
No.
Phasers look like a steady beam.
Yeah,
That's what a photon torpedo looks like. But they hadn't invented photon torpedoes yet.
Ah. Oh my god, such seriousness.
I know,
Such
look at his
serious
face.
It's so squished and serious.
Like, you really see the weight of his decision
I know.
on his face. He's not just barreling ahead, he's like
he's angsty over it.
Yeah, there
like,
are
it's
serious repercussions for me violating the treaty by entering the neutral zone. But I have to do it. I just have to.
This is straight up like a submarine for them. Like, they're all huddled around, like 5 of them huddle around. Also,
Centurion is dead.
Oh, and he seems like super bummed out. Like, as in, he's just checked out of the fight.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to play anymore. I want to go home.
No, he's not like that. He's not like a petulant child. He's just very...
I'm not saying petulant. I'm saying, like, I'm sad now.
He is very
sad.
Wait a second.
Oh, I can try some things.
Oh.
including the Centurion.
He's gotta sacrifice his friend's
That's
body
pretty messed up.
for this ploy.
Don't know what their burial rites are, but
It's probably not this.
yeah. Because they're legit just trying to survive home now with the information they have.
I can't feel too bad for them. They did cross over the neutral
I
zone
know,
and
and
destroy
obliterate
multiple
like a
outposts.
half dozen outposts.
Multiple outposts. We don't even know why.
And we don't know how many people are on each one.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm guessing more than a
they're
few.
kind of awful. But I'm also fascinated that, like, I think it's supposed to be that everyone we see there is their entire crew. Like, it's not that big of a ship, or
I would assume that he's got a ship
full
that's
of
way bigger than just those people.
You got like 5 of them huddled around their little viewfinders, and
But you don't have. But you gotta sacrifice a lot more bodies to fool Spock.
yeah, big one's not gonna do it.
It's like, okay, we've lost them, but I don't believe at all that they were destroyed.
Mhm.
I don't fall for this ploy.
I mean, the fact that the Romulans did legitimately attack, you think would be just cause to go into war with them. Like, what, they just get away with it? They're allowed to, like, hop over the neutral zone, murder a bunch of people,
No,
and then hop back?
But I mean, you can't go to war with a single starship. Going to war is the decision that's way above their pay grade. You know?
But they just get away with it, then.
Well, no, you tell the president or
Of
the
their side, who
the
totally...
Federation High Command, or actually, at this point, it would have been like the Galactic High Commander, because they didn't have a Federation yet.
Oh, Prieston, you dumb.
They hadn't established the United
Whoa.
Federation of Planets yet.
Looks like a paper cutout
I know.
on stars.
I know.
Oh,
It's not the best.
I gotta do some thinking in bed.
Hello.
She didn't even knock! Didn't knock, didn't like hit the intercom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's giving her some angsty, serious face.
Yeah, nobody knocks around here.
Well, I expect McCoy not to knock. They're like best buddies. Why is he grinning? I swear to God.
Because he found him in his room with a lady.
I swear it's why he's grinning at him. And it's
know.
Dude, Bones, come on. Like, oh.
See, it's not an easy job being a starship captain.
No, it's not. I mean, every life is on his hands.
Yeah.
I didn't even just call him Jim.
Because he is the captain, and he needs to be reminded that he is. Oh, I love this scene so much.
Here's Jim.
Don't destroy the one named Kirk.
Yeah, hands down one of the best lines of the entire series, and definitely like one of the best lines that Bones was ever given to say.
I mean, the whole scene is brilliant because we see the weight of responsibility that he bears. He's not just the action hero.
Mm-hmm.
He is the captain. He's the father for, several hundred people.
Yeah.
Including...
And his decisions torture him
Mhm.
at times on whether it's right or wrong.
Because he knows that all these lives hang in the balance. And
he can ask for opinions not too often, and he certainly can't, ask someone else to make the decision for him. At the end of the day, he always has to be the one making the decision. Also, way to go, Spock.
And he knows he's a human. He knows he could be making a mistake that could cost many, many lives.
And so what is the point of what McCoy's trying to tell him.
McCoy's trying to tell him that he's basically being too hard on himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Don't mire yourself in
Yeah, you
self-doubt and questions.
Right, exactly. He's not going in there trying to be all tough love, like, come on, just, man up or anything like that. He's telling, and he's not being he's not being the opposite end of the spectrum either.
Oh my god, it's like a scarf. Why does he have a scarf?
It's part of the outfit.
I know, it's like a little blurp scarf. I love how the Romulan commander is, as far as I can tell, never looking at the view screen.
Uh-huh.
Like, at all.
Yeah.
Because all his dudes are looking at the viewfinders, like, right there. Right. And I have no indication that, like, where he's looking is actually, like, looking out into space. Mm-hmm. Where you've got, like, the deck of the Enterprise. So he's just, like, this amazing, like, Vogue, fashion baby, angst off, like, against the wall. Mm-hmm. Just, like, this sorcerer's in my head. And, like, woe is me, I'm so angsty. He's just like me. There he goes again.
Yeah. That's his favorite spot.
Back to the wall to think dramatically. I mean, he's like a drama kid through and through. Like, someone always has to come running to him.
One metal-cased object.
Oh. Whoa, Uhura went all the way over.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the more dramatic fling their bodies.
Uh-huh, yeah, well, look at the Enterprise now.
Someone tilted it.
Yeah.
Now he's looking at the viewfinder finally. So, like, his little soldiers are all happy, and he's just all, like, super serious.
Come on, we gotta kill him!
Ugh. Seriously? You gonna give that attitude? Remind you of your duty. Doesn't make him feel any better. 22 people are dead.
Yeah. Oh, man. Specialist Tomlinson.
That's never good.
Mm-mm. Because I'm pretty sure Specialist Tomlinson...
Uhura at navigation!
Yes.
Yeah!
Because she has it like that.
Yeah.
She has the skills to take over...
That's the only time that happens, right?
At one point, we see her taking over command.
Yes, we do. But I mean, is that the only time we see her at navigation?
I think it is. I'm not absolutely sure.
It's kind of fabulous. So. She just
pops
up out of that chair and she's like, I got this.
Yeah, she's no scrub.
Yeah. I can do all your jobs.
Yeah.
So.
The only reason I'm back here doing this job is because
none of you
can do my
this.
job.
Yes. You're dumb.
Mm-hmm. It's like, you make a lot of assumptions. Like, you assume they're vulnerable, which I'm not willing to fall for.
Yeah, seriously, bitch, know your place.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fucking Ston.
Goodness gracious, yeah. He's just like a dick. That like actor just plays a dick role every time. Mm-hmm. So now you've got previously still possibly racist Styles. And you've got
oh, see that?
Oh.
See that?
Yeah, that's a little bit racist.
Yeah, we'll handle things without your help, Vulcan.
I'll name you by your race. That's
Vulcan.
It's pretty not okay. And then you've got
Tomlinson over there.
Hot Ken doll who's supposed to get married.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
Yeah, they're about to die.
Phaser coolant.
Seal
sprung a
broken.
leak.
Yeah. Sprain purple. Well, I like her at navigation. That's
I know.
fun.
She looks cool up there.
Yeah, she does.
Fire.
They can't.
Why is there no firing?
He's like, I was just there.
Intercomming it through the entire ship.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Love that amazing lean he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just such a badass.
Now, we're assuming he's holding his breath here because
Right.
the toxic phaser
Air
coolant
fumes.
has filled the room.
But I mean, Vulcans are like 3 times stronger than humans.
Yeah.
And Silas wasn't dead yet, so. Oh, it's like it's on a string.
Mhm.
Whee!
That's much better than the dead.
I kind of want.
Enterprise shot.
I'm obsessed with Uhura at navigation. My God,
Yeah.
I wish they had. I kind of wish they'd kept her there. I really do. Oh, we got him again.
I also love this battle because it's all about outthinking your opponent,
Yeah.
you know?
So like, apparently there is like a view screen off in the direction he was always formerly looking at. You know.
Oh, here it is. You and I are of a kind
Oh,
in a different reality.
I could have called you friend.
I could've called you friend.
Tears. They're fucking Romeo and Juliet. There's some shit going on.
That's your true romance.
Yeah, that is
We're
an
creatures
amazing,
of duty, Captain.
amazing angsty bromance happening.
Yeah.
Which is that my society does not surrender. So I'm gonna kill myself.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure there was just like the 7 of them.
Mm-hmm. But we could have been buddies. If it wasn't for this cursed war,
Yeah.
we could have been buddies.
We are like best bros, same personality.
Yeah.
And just when you think, huzzah, they've won! And Styles, the racist, is still alive.
Yeah.
You're an asset. We put a lot of time and effort into
I have
training
no
you,
emotions.
So
I didn't do it because I like you. And I didn't do it because I hate you.
Just when you thought it was gonna be okay.
Tomlinson.
Angst. Which is weird because Bones there says like only 1 casualty, and yet earlier he said 22 casualties.
Well, I think
he
means
meant
since
injuries. Really? Because I thought maybe he said injuries because he was like it was mostly radiation burns and stuff. So it was like,
then. Well, injuries are considered casualties.
okay, are they?
Yeah.
I always thought casualties just meant you actually died.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well that's implying that they had 22 injured,
Poor
only
Angela.
1 dies, and of course, the one who dies by Murphy's Law is the guy who was about to get married.
It's Tomlinson. Poor Angela.
And Kirk has to go be captain and say something.
See, you can see her zipper
yeah,
there.
the
see?
zipper right there. Oh,
Because he's the father of the ship, too.
I know. I just like that she's not like nasty about it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because they very easily, and I feel like they go that route a lot of times, could have written her character one of 2 ways, which is making him feel like worse shit of like, you know, how could you make that decision, or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then she slaps him and leaves because she's an angry, basically widow now. Or it is the seek solace in him. And so I was really glad they went that route because the guy is already loaded with enough angst.
Yeah, he's got a lot of angst.
Being that they almost made it out with no deaths, and the one who dies is the one who was about to get married.
Right.
And that just makes him feel awful. I like how this ends. It almost never ends that way with him walking through the halls. It always ends on the bridge. Mm-hmm. Most of the time with some little like smirk between him, Spock, and or McCoy.
Right. Although that comes more later. I don't feel like the first season has as much of the cutesy ending.
But I really appreciate that this is it remains that serious, somber overtone to it, you know.
I'm glad that Rand had a little more to do in this episode.
She has a lot
considering
to do there.
It's like the final episode for her.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that actually was the final episode for her that audiences see, and not the one that was actually
the Conscience
filmed
of the King.
last, where she just gives a awesome Mean Girls look
right.
to Lenore.
Gives her a look, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, this was great.
Yeah. So that's the first time we see Angela Martine. Mm-hmm. She shows up in, I believe, 2 other episodes, or the actress, not necessarily the character. I think the actress shows up in the next episode we'll be watching. Angela Martine will be in Shore Leave
because she's the one with the yellow.
She's not the one who dresses up like a princess.
No, is she basically the Vegas showgirl in yellow?
No.
Oh, she's not. Okay.
She's a crewman because she's playing the same character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that episode was shot like 9 episodes after this one was shot.
Oh, okay.
Because this one was production number 8 and Shore Leave was production number 17. But oddly, they decided to broadcast Balance of Terror and then Shore Leave, which kind of puts her episodes back to back.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. So, join us again next time when we'll be watching a light little palate cleanser called Shore Leave.
It really is a lot of weird stuff going on there.
There's a lot of weird stuff, but it's not as angsty and emotionally brutal as Balance of Terror.
Well, instead of Kurt getting the crap beat out of him emotionally, he gets the crap beat out of him physically.
Right, which is always easier to take. But, yep, come back next time, and we'll watch some Shore Leave.
Woo!